Here we are. First episode, finally. Hey guys.
Exciting.
How's it going? Well, we're not going to actually look at this camera. This is just going to be like a secondary thing.
Oh, cool.
We're just going to...
All right, you tell me how to look professional.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, let's start from the beginning, all right? Let's get some...
Always slouch.
Are you in flip-flops? No,
Always
you're not
slouch.
even in flip-flops.
Bare
right?
feet.
Bare feet?
Bare feet.
Oh. All right, just don't put them on my table, all right? All right, cool. So, welcome to episode 1, season 1 of I Don't Have Time to Work podcast. I'm Luke.
Yeah. I'm Troy.
There we go. Got it. Didn't even practice that.
No.
Yeah, so I guess we're here to kind of have a bit of a chat and talk about what we're all about.
What the fuck are
What
we
the
actually
fuck are we
doing?
about? What the fuck are we actually doing?
What are we actually doing?
You know, so many of my friends have been like, what is it that you're doing?
You got friends?
I've got a couple of friends.
Oh,
I've got
okay,
more
cool.
than you.
You fucking would actually.
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends.
I make sure my friend list is right down. I think I've actually got more people on my block list than my friends list.
Really?
On Facebook.
I've got a few people on my block list who will probably see this and be like, oh, I miss him. Okay, so we're going to make this short and quick and easy and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go with who are we and where we're from.
Cool.
So I guess I'll age before beauty.
Fuck.
Age before beauty.
Alright.
So Troy, you can go first.
Who are we and where are we from? Okay, so who am I? I
A
am...
great philosophical question.
Who am I? Where do I come from?
Where am I going?
Fuck, so, yeah, I guess I'm mid-30s, more towards the earlier
Okay,
side of the 30s.
I'm glad that you clarified
Just need to clarify that.
Yeah.
Caucasian, male.
Star sign.
Star signs, Aries.
Long walks on the beach.
I do like long walks on the beach.
Jamison and dry.
Jamison and dry is my choice. No, look. So basically, yeah. Been working for a long time now, as most people know. Or there might be some kids listening that are still in school. Appreciate school, because as soon as you're out of school, bang. So and look, I've been looking for a long time to find ways outside of your standard 9-to-5 bullshit to make a living, and what I've found has been much more than that. So I've people go, oh, you're lucky. It's like, no, fuck you, man. I've worked hard for it. No, honestly, like if you want something, you've got to work hard for it. So the concept of I don't have time to work was born probably about 5 years ago in my head, and then. And basically, it's not that you don't have time to work, because work very hard. Actually, I have trouble not working, but it's more so work on what you want to work on.
That's right. Yeah. I'm the complete opposite, actually. I'm not the complete opposite. I've been working in retail jobs and shitty jobs and bullshit jobs, as you said, but. I don't have trouble switching off if I need to.
Troy wants a sponsorship from V.
Sponsorship episode 1, season 1. We're ready to go.
Come on, V. We're ready for your energy drinks.
So like when you kind of came to me with this project, with this I don't have time to work, because I do have a great deal of I am able to switch off, and I love movies and I love video games and I love art and I love creating with my friends, and I played in a bunch of bands and stuff like that, and I want time to do that instead of time to work.
So you want to bludge? You're a fucking bludger.
That's exactly right. That's
okay,
right.
Cool.
That's. I'm glad that you finally. I've already signed my contract, so you can't fucking fire me. So,
Yes.
I guess when you came to me with the I don't have time to work thing, I was very excited, because the more I said that sentence, the more it made sense to me. Like, it's not about not working; it's about working on what you love and working with the people that you want to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, where did the idea for I don't have time to work come from?
Just before I answer that, I just want people to ask out there in fucking internet world, do we actually look professional? Like, we've got our laptops open, we do actually have stuff on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff on the screen.
You've got
anime and Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah,
you can't see what's in the corner, thankfully, but there's just. I just wanted to know, just to ask that question.
Yeah, cool. That's right.
What was your question, man? I love doing this, putting lube
That's
on.
what editing's for. I'm learning how to edit as well, guys. That's really fun. That's heaps of fun. So, obviously, you said 5 years ago you came up with the idea of I don't have time to work. Was it born of frustration, or was it born of like you just needed something else, or a bit of both, or
Yeah,
was
a little
it?
bit of both, man. Like I've been in different jobs and different things. I actually worked in some really fucking good jobs and worked with some really fucking cool people. And there's a little bit of frustration.
I was one of them.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of look. It was a little bit of frustration because there's a lot of good people actually that I've worked with, and I know other people that are working out there who are really, really fucking talented and really, really good people, and they I don't know. It's like we accept to be a slave to the system. I'm not sure. Like shit, I'd be talking for hours if I went into this, but
Well, that's the idea behind the podcast, but let's keep it.
yeah,
kind of
yeah. I'm
short
gonna
for this
try
one.
and do the fucking short version. So yeah, basically, look. I know we spoke yesterday about it, and it was more so just it's more so just around why why are we programmed this way, and I think it's a very long-winded question.
Yeah.
That is a long answer as
We,
well.
we will be
unfortunately, but
exploring the ideas of this whole process at the moment.
it's also why we programmed like this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so you mentioned about people like wanting, like, were accepting the way that things are. So,
Yeah.
I guess we were talking about this question yesterday. And why do people think that the salary that they earn is all they deserve, or why do people sell themselves short?
Yeah, that was something that we kind of got all D&M about, wasn't it? And
It was. So, like, my idea behind it is, like, I remember when I got my last two previous jobs, and I won't name anything on this, but like the last two previous jobs, I got one that was a casual job where I was earning $30 an hour or something, $35 an hour.
yeah,
And I thought that was
which is
great.
actually that's in the world out there, man. That's pretty good.
It's great. And I was like, I'm working for my money and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
it was a shit fight to get hours. It was a shit fight to get like some consistency because it was a casual job. I was going to uni and oh shit, just about died.
Best chairs here.
Best chairs ever. Yep. I was kind of like I accepted that as it was, and I didn't know how else to earn money. And then I ended up getting that for my most previous job, where I was like, this is it. This is my golden ticket. It was a
Yeah.
perfect job for me. I was working with technology. I was working with people. I saw a path. I was like, this is it. And then I got halfway down that path, and I realized that there's no golden ticket. There's no career that has been built by someone else that makes sense to me. Like, I need to make my own path. And
It's that search, man.
yeah,
Eternally restless.
bit of wanderlust. Always
Yeah.
looking for something else.
Yeah, I can't get no satisfaction. I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
Bit
We
of
were
Rolling
talking
Stones.
about the Rolling Stones and how overrated they were the other night.
Well, we won't go into that yet. We don't want to lose too many viewers and
Yeah, there's 7
listeners.
people that watch it, that
The
listen
seven.
to us.
Is there 7?
Yeah, it's at least 7. Yeah,
Fuck, that's pretty
we're
good.
doing all right. Yeah, so I guess when we were...
Yeah, so it's about like So why do we accept that our value is what we are given as an employee? I just like I can't count on how many hands I know people who are absolutely exceptional at what they do, and they're brilliant at what they do. And if they just could tweak that little bit of programming in their brain that says that they've got to go and work for a boss and get paid a certain salary, and just take a bit of a risk, take a risk and just put your balls on the line, get out there and just have a go. Like it's literally about just having a go. Like I'll say this a lot, and you'll probably hear me say this quite a lot over however long we're gonna be able to do this, however long we're doing this for.
Yeah.
Is that what's the worst thing that can happen?
That's actually what you said to me when you offered me this job.
What's the worst thing that
You
can
said
happen?
to me, you're all like, what's the worst thing that you can happen? You can come and follow your dreams here, and then if it all folds in 6 months, just go and get another bullshit job.
Like, the thing is that people undervalue themselves so much and are in fear of what may or may not happen so much that they never actually do what they want to do.
Yeah.
So, what is the worst thing that can happen? And well, the worst thing that can happen is that everything falls to shit, and the ways that we're looking at doing things just completely turn on their head, which isn't going to happen. But if it does happen, yeah, cool. And then all of a sudden we've got to go back and get a job. Like who fucking cares? Like in the meantime, the experience that you've got from that period of time was something that gives you the motivation to be able to pursue whatever it is you may want to do. And this comes down to, and it's really good that you've set this up, Luke. But this comes down to we're going to be getting out there and talking to a lot of people. But some people are extremely satisfied with working 100 hours a week, but it's a business that they love and they love doing it. So it's not really work to them. Yeah. So it's literally what they love. So fantastic. So I've been a small business owner before. Big shout out to all those guys, because a lot of those people, some are in the mould and getting over it, but people love what they do, and that's just literally what it's about. It's just love what you do, because you know what? No job is worth your fucking sanity.
Yeah. And as the classic Gary Vee line is, you are going to die.
Yeah.
I say that to
True
myself
story.
every morning when I look at myself in the mirror. You are going to die. Not today, but like just in general. And it makes me think like I need to do something today that I didn't do yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
so how can you impact the world or the people around you?
Yeah.
In a way that you haven't, that you didn't get to do yesterday, or you might have, whatever it may be. Just fucking do it. Like literally, just fucking do it. Just have a go.
That's it. And I guess you were saying about bullshit jobs, and like the worst that could happen is you just go back to a bullshit job. I think there's a lot of people out there who look at the people around them. So say they've got so I'm in a very, very lucky. Well, I've got an advantage because I've got a wife and a cat. That's it. I don't have much else. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have anything like that. I've got a little bit of debt. That's basically it.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of people out there who have husbands and wives and kids and mortgages and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's when a lot of people start to panic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was able to take this step because I've got a very supporting wife and family.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess I'm going to ask you the question. All right, so you're a father, you're a husband, and you've got a mortgage. So how did you take the step from working full-time in a bullshit job to being your own boss and running I Don't Have Time to Work?
So it's a long process, and I've said this before and I'll say it a million times. So you'll be really, really surprised what the human body can endure. So, a lot of people, if you really want something that much, it's going to happen. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, that's bullshit, you can't, because, I really want to be, I really want to be the fucking running back for the fucking Cougars in the NFL or some shit. I was like, well, mate, you're not going to be that, because you're fucking 57 kilos. Like, that'd be like me saying I want to be a UFC fighter. Yeah. It's not going to fucking happen, mate. Like, it's not going to fucking happen. So triple down on what you're fucking good at, and find out what that is. And if you're lucky enough, which in most cases you will be, you triple down on what you're good at. You're good at that for a reason, and that's because you love that. Very rarely is someone like, oh, I'm really, really fucking good at knitting, but it's kind of like, I don't like it. It's like, well, why are you good at knitting? Have you done it before? Like, obviously there's things, where people have done it for a long time and they're fucking over it. And, athletes often, there's lots of athletes out there. Like, I think Nick Kyrgios said he'd much rather be an NBA player than a tennis player. But, triple down on what you're good at, and then make that work, and make that work in a way where you put in the hours. So what can I get out of this? All right, I'm really fucking good at this. What can I get out of this? We are living in a time where there's this amazing thing called the internet, where you can search fucking anything and find ways to be able to do nearly anything, and network, market yourself. I'm not saying put yourself out there and be a massive whore, but literally there's nothing wrong with being a little bit of a whore. Just get yourself out there and network with people and talk to people. If you're sitting like a piece of shit on your lounge and just whinging, then fucking get over it. You can't whinge and be a piece of shit.
I love it when he gets fired up.
It's fucking true, man, because so many people, I've had, since we've started this, and we're no one, man, but I've had heaps of people you know, ask questions and message or whatever, and like.
Do you find, and I've found this as well, a lot of people have come to me for shortcuts.
Absolutely.
They've said, okay, so you don't have time to work, so how do I stop working?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not about stopping working. It's about stopping working bullshit jobs. It's about...
It's a wind down of that. So you can't just stop working your bullshit job. So if you're currently listening and you're in a bullshit job and it's like, well, this is crap, I don't want to do this. Okay, well, what is it that you're good at? Like, what is it that you think, fuck, that'd be really good if I could be that? And once again, I'm not saying if you're 60 kilos, don't go saying, Troy, I really want to be a UFC fighter. Well, man, look, it's a possibility, but you're going to have to start fucking smashing those raw eggs and doing a lot of fucking training. Yeah. But there's no reason why you can't do that. But I mean, the thing is that what is it that you're good at and how soon do you want this? So if you want it as soon as possible, then you're probably going to have to find something that you're really good at that's much more realistic.
Yeah.
That you can, and because I find time frames are a huge thing. Like, so you've got to have like targets you want to meet. Different people have different things. I always set myself targets that are on the borderline of unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because I find that if I set myself a fucking stupid target, I'll work my absolute ass off to it to get somewhere near that target.
Yeah, I've noticed those unrealistic targets.
Yeah. Luke's been witness to those unrealistic targets.
Do you find that there's a culture at the moment where people want to say that they have a dream of something but don't want to do anything about it, or they'll start to do it and then they'll be like, oh, that's in the too hard basket.
The thing that I would say is that it's not a culture at the moment. That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
Because humans are fucking lazy. Like that's just how it is. Like I have times where I'm fucking lazy as well. That I'm like sitting around and like you're just vegging out and you just. But if you reprogram your brain and you think, all right, I'm working this shit job 9 to 5. And then, you know, it's whatever. You go home and then it's like, all right, have some food, like, you know, spend some time with your partner or whatever that may be. You might have to put the kids to bed. Well, then it's 7 o'clock. So what the fuck are you doing between 7 and midnight, you know? Work on it. Like, fucking, what is it that you want to do? Try, you know, do a bit of a side project and a bit of side hustling. Like, and fucking network. Like, get yourself out there. You're not going to get anything unless you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And if you're the kind of person that's like, oh, you know, I don't really like putting myself out there. Okay, cool. Partner up with someone that loves whoring themselves.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably find that you're really fucking good with that back office shit.
Yeah.
And they can go out whoring the product, you know?
Yeah. Build your team. Like that's what it's all about.
Act as if it's a fucking multi-billion-dollar business, but while it's only 2 of yous in an office. Hang on. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, isn't it? Yeah. No, like I completely agree, and I think that's probably why I've jumped on this project. You know, I like. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Casey Neistat and Gary Vee, and they talk about like if you want something, you've got to do it. Like you can't just sit there and wait for it to come to you. You've got to go to it, kind of thing. So I guess, Troy, I got to ask, and like I noticed it when you went off on your rant a couple of minutes ago. Why are you so goddamn passionate about people pursuing their dreams and not being pieces of shit and sitting on their hands and fucking blaming everyone else for their shit?
I'm just sick of people fucking whinging, man.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like just fucking do it. Yeah. Just like this. Look, I'm not gonna take. You know, people say,
Speaking of Just Do It, Mikey, do you want to sponsor me? That'd be really nice.
We are whoring and networking right now.
That's what it's all about.
This is what whoring and this is whoring 101.
Whoring 101. So, why are you so passionate?
Just because, man, just do it. Like, don't fucking like. When people whinge about it, it's like it's such an old story. Like it's been done. Like, just do what you want to do, and it is possible. Like, you know, I know one thing that we're definitely going to get out of this podcast is that there's going to be questions that people are going to go, but yeah, you know, I've got to do this job. I need a certain amount of money. I've got these debts. I've got that. I've got this. You know, I've got to pay these things. And you know what? Yeah, you do have to pay those things because whatever you've done in your past to create that debt or create whatever it is has led yourself to this point. And there's no reason why you can't continue to work whatever job you're doing to be able to pay those debts, and then it's about making sacrifices. So, and you'll see this a lot, and I know we referenced the Gary Vee before, but okay, cool. So when you get your downtime, if you're that passionate about like getting out of that rat race, then when you have your downtime, are you watching Game of Thrones, or are you fucking like tripling down on what you're good at and fucking networking and getting your product out there, or whatever it is that you may want to do? You might have a passion to become a social media manager, and you're like, oh fuck, I'd really love to be able to do that. Cool, well, fucking network with companies, fucking send emails, do shit, like fucking throw yourself out there, like just get yourself out there. So whatever it is that you want to do, Google it. We live in a fucking time with a source where we can literally just fucking type something in. There's no and the other thing is, and this is another big point, is that there's a lot of organisations that have a centralised system where it's like, I've got to go to work at there, I've got to go to work at this point every single fucking day. Well, those days are gone. Like, you can work for people you can be contracted to a company in Estonia if you want. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. Like, the internet is such an amazing thing that we can work for anyone around the world. Anyone. And you can work for yourself, and your customers and clients can be anyone from around the world. So people have got to get with the new age and just realise that.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with that. Like, it's one of the main reasons I took this position is because, like, I can work from anywhere. Literally, like, I've got a bit of a travel bug, and the wife loves to move around and stuff. So
yeah, look. But honestly, like, you know, and people are, you know, probably going to say, you know, well, Luke got that. You know, how can things like that happen? And the thing is that,
how did it happen for me, Troy?
So
let's talk about that, because I get
a lot of people.
This is a
real creepy story.
It is a fucking creepy story.
So I've known Luke for years, but like, I only knew Luke through like bands and different things like that. But then when we started, we just randomly applied for a job at the same company of a particular store they were opening at the same time, and we applied for different positions. We both got the positions, and then we met each other. I'm like, I know that cat. And then anyway, we just started talking. We you know, remembered and traded old war stories, and then just as time went on, like, you know, it's surprising who like, Luke had no idea about the project that I had and that I'd been building for the previous 4 years before that, and then, you know, I may or may not have set a bunch of challenges for Luke, because I was in a position where I was kind of like his kind of go-to manager, and I was like, and I'm like, this fucking dude steps up every time, and you know, he'd followed through on what he'd say. He'd be like, just fucking smashing it out, you know, and just doing an overall fucking top job. But also, there's so many other factors that go into it. Is that, you know, you've got to be able to, if you're going to be in each other's faces every day, you've got to be able to get on. You've got to have, you know, similar kind of feel, similar kind of outlook, and where you want to be, and all that kind of stuff. And in lots of ways, we're similar. In lots of ways, we're polar opposites. So but just like, Luke was just doing that because he's like, just was fucking smashing out the work. But, you know, got to a point where I'm like, you know, I've set this guy a bunch of challenges in the last year. You know, I'm going to start branching out and then going from there. And basically, from that point, I started introducing him to this product that I'd been creating. And, and you know, he was on board, and the rest is history, as they say. So, but, you know, it's surprising. Like, Luke had no fucking idea, like, what I was creating, yet what he was doing was selfless in the fact that he was just smashing it out and doing the best that he could at what he was doing. You don't know who you're working with. You don't know who's watching, who that person's talking to. Just a simple conversation that someone can overhear. Just be the best version of yourself every single day, and karma will come your way. Karma flows. Karma is fucking real.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, just be the best version of yourself.
Well, on that note, I think we can wrap it up there.
Cool.
What do you reckon? That sounds good.
It was a nice little chat. I'm going to ask you some questions next time, maybe.
I think that's a good idea. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our first episode. Don't forget to go to our Instagram. It's at I Don't Have Time to Work. We're also on Facebook. And if you want to email us any questions, go to idhttw@gmail.com. I had to work it out then. And yeah, so on the video, definitely like drop some comments and like tag your friends and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you on Sunday for the live session.
Yeah.
Actually, it probably will be out after then. We'll see you next week anyway.
Sounds
See ya.
good. You should just take to that and just go, boop, and then
Yeah.
go back.